Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. I did not get into bed until 1 o'clock in the morning. I do not even want to entertain the fiasco that was last night and yesterday, getting to the airport at 12:30 and not getting on the plane till after 10 o'clock at night. And then sitting on the runway on a plane with no air for an hour. That was so fun, said no one ever. Anyway, I wanted to tell you guys a story. When Olivia was born, I nursed her. I always knew that I wanted to nurse. I didn't know that it would be hard. No one tells you that it's harder than labor and delivery. No one tells you that it is extremely painful, that it is not a natural process where like the baby's born and you just put the baby on your boob and the baby starts to nurse and milk flows and it's just like this amazing thing. No one tells you about like extreme letdown and babies choking and like painful latching and electricity shooting through your boobs and mastitis and clogged ducts and painful spots and leaky boobs and blah blah blah. Like no one tells you any of that. They're like all they say is like you should nurse, it's the best thing for the baby, and then they run away and you're just there like right? So anyway, I was like a martyr for it. I was like, I'm gonna nurse Olivia, and like that's it, at the expense of my own health, because Olivia, for whatever reason, could never get her latch right, but she could get the milk down. So she would nurse in a way that was literally destroying my body. I got mastitis twice in the first 3 weeks of nursing. I was sick all the time. So I had a newborn. My boobs hurt all the time. And I had mastitis, which if you've ever had feels basically like, how could I explain it for those of you that have never experienced it? I want you to like give yourself 103, 104 fever, and then I want you to step in front of a truck and get bashed. Pretty much that's what mastitis feels like. And I just kept going and going. I took her to every lactation person and every whatever, and they were like, we don't know why she can't get her latch right. She's just not getting it, but she's eating. And all of the people that I had surrounded myself with kept encouraging me to keep going and keep going, which I get because they're hoping that eventually it'll work itself out and I won't be feeding my kid blood and getting mastitis. So I had felt like around the 7-week mark that I wasn't sure how much longer I could keep going like that. I wasn't sure how many more pounds of lanolin I could put on my nipples. I wasn't sure how much more blood I could see Olivia burp up. I wasn't sure how much longer I could be a martyr for this, but I wouldn't give up. Why? So I go to the pediatrician, my wonderful, amazing pediatrician whom I adore, with Olivia around 8 weeks. And I say, she asks me, it's an 8-week checkup. How's it going? She's gaining so much weight. You're doing such a good job. How's the nursing? And it's fine. It's fine. She's like, yeah? I'm like, yeah. Yup. So fine. And I lose it. And I proceed to explain to her what has really been going on. And then I show her my boob. She was like, oh my, what have you been doing to yourself? And I was like, I'm trying to do what's best for the baby. And she was like, how is this what's best for the baby? And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, Jamie, you're a mess. You've had mastitis twice. Your boobs look like they've been through a meat chopper. You're miserable. You're in chronic pain. That is not the process. How are you even like enjoying being a mom? I was like, she's really cute. Long story short, my pediatrician did something for me that was invaluable. She put her hand on my knee and she said, listen to me. I am giving you permission, should you need it, to stop. What? Yeah. Formula won't kill your baby. This is killing you. if you can't get it sorted out, I'm giving you permission to stop. It was the most liberating thing for me. And then so quickly, literally, I got pregnant with Max and ended up stopping nursing anyway and gave Olivia formula, and she's like really good at soccer, so obviously it was the formula. Anyway, it was the permission. And I don't understand why, as women, we have such a hard time granting ourselves permission to do the things that our hearts know, our instincts know we need to do. I have had friends stay in excruciatingly painful relationships, marriages, whatever, out of fear of disappointing their parents, out of fear of what people will think, out of fear of this, out of fear of that. And their religion, they're worried about their religion. What will their church say, or their temple say, or whatever, their communities. And 9 times out of 10, our fears are 1,000 times worse than our reality of how people will really respond. When I actually weaned Olivia, I started using the excuse, well, I was pregnant. I got pregnant with Max, so I'm pregnant again. And people were like, oh, okay. It was as if I was masking why I really weaned her. And then when I finally got to a healthier place with it, of course I fell off the deep end with Max too, because those are my issues. But I finally was like, yeah, no, I weaned her because it wasn't working. It just wasn't working. She was killing me. We need permission all the time to make the decisions we know we should make and make the choices we want to make and do the things that are best for us, because we are so afraid that people will think we can't do it all, afraid that people will think we can't have it all, afraid that people will think we are failing, that we are not trying hard enough, that we are not excelling as a mom. If we make a choice that does something good for our career, then somehow we are lacking at home. If we make a choice that is better for our family, then somehow we are not driven or motivated enough to have a real career. If we want out of a marriage because it's destroying us, then somehow we have not exhausted all our resources and tried. Now, I am not actually an advocate for divorce, but I am an advocate of getting away from assholes. So I'm not the girl that's championing people to get divorced, but I will tell you now that if you are looking for permission to get out of a abusive or dead end, and by dead end, I mean dead end. If this person is not pouring into you, if they are not loving you, if they do not lift you up, if they are not a partner, if you are doing it all on your own and they are absent, and you have really tried to make the magic work and make the marriage successful and all of those things, and the person you're with has sort of given up, checked out, whatever, and you can't get them back on track, get out, because you were meant to live. But I digress, because it goes back to the fact that as women, we always think we need permission. We need everybody's permission to take a girls' night, to whatever we want to do. And even sometimes I have friends that feel guilty about buying themselves clothes. It's like, you have to cover your naked body. Why do you feel guilty about buying one new pair of jeans for an entire season? And you'll give me 1,000 reasons why you feel guilty, instead of just going, you know what? I deserve one new pair of jeans for an entire season, because these legs and tush aren't going anywhere. I'm going to get up out of bed tomorrow, God willing, and have legs that need to be covered by jeans, right? I don't know that I have any answers, because I struggle with it as much as anybody does. Had my pediatrician not let me off the hook, Olivia's 8.5, who knows? She could still be chewing pieces of my boob off at this point. I don't know. I just want to open the dialogue to let women know you're not alone in feeling like you need permission to make the decisions that are better for your life, because we all feel that way, but I don't know why. And we need to figure it out, because maybe what we need to do in this community is just start giving each other permission, right? And helping build each other up to the point that we don't need anybody else's permission or validation. We're just going to do it. If I want to have 7 kids, when I got pregnant with Charlie, I had Olivia in 08. I had Max in 09. I lost a baby after Max. And then I got pregnant with Charlie in 10. And people were like, stop having babies. Stop having, like, shut up. Shut up and get out of my uterus and my marriage and my bed and my crib and my nursery. I'll have as many babies as I want to have. Shut up. I'm not bringing them to your house, Mom, except for you, I did. Okay, but you don't get to say anything because you're the grandmother. So, all right. I love you guys so much today. I would love to hear how you feel about this. If you struggle with this too, and if you don't anymore, how you got over it. I love you so much. Have a great day.